Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about something we all wish we had more of, yet often squander without realizing its value: time. Time is the great equalizer. No matter who you are or where you come from, we all get the same 24 hours in a day. The question is, how are you spending yours? You see, time is our most precious resource. Money can be earned, possessions replaced, but time? Once it's gone forever. That's why learning how to spend your time wisely isn't just a skill. It's a commitment to living your life with purpose. It starts with understanding your priorities, what truly matters to you. Too often we confuse what's urgent with what's important. But here's the truth: not every email demands an immediate reply. Not every invitation deserves a yes. When you align your actions with your values, you create a roadmap to a life that feels fulfilling, not just busy. And let's talk about no. It's a small word, but a powerful tool. Saying no isn't about shutting people out, it's about saying yes to the things that matter. Every time you say no to something unimportant, you're gifting yourself more time to spend on what brings you joy, meaning, and growth. But it's not all about doing. Spending your time wisely also means embracing rest. Productivity without pause leads to burnout. Sleep, self-care, and moments of stillness aren't luxuries, they're essentials. They recharge us, renew our creativity, and prepare us to give our best to the world. And while we're on the topic of giving our best, let's not forget the power of being present. How many times have you been in a conversation but already thinking about your to-do list? Or spending time with loved ones but scrolling through your phone? The greatest gift you can give to anyone, yourself included, is your undivided attention in the present moment. Spending your time wisely also means investing in growth. Read that book, take that course, have that deep conversation. The time you spend improving yourself pays dividends in ways you can't even imagine. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. Busyness doesn't equal productivity. Success isn't measured by how full your calendar is, but by how deeply you live and how much impact you create. So, identify the time wasters in your life. Maybe it's too much TV, too much scrolling, or too much worrying about things you can't control. Cut them out ruthlessly, because every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Ultimately, we're all building a legacy. The question is, what kind of legacy are you building? Will you be remembered for how many things you checked off a list, or will people talk about the lives you touched, the love you shared, and the impact you made? Here's the truth: living with purpose isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's a choice we all get to make every single day. So, make your moments count. Choose wisely. Because at the end of the day, time isn't just something we spend, it's something we invest. The return on that investment: a life of meaning, connection, and joy. Time is a resource that we often take for granted, yet is the most valuable asset we will ever possess. Unlike money, which can be earned, saved, or even regained after a loss, time operates under a far stricter set of rules. It moves forward relentlessly without pause or reversal. No matter how wealthy or powerful you are, no amount of influence can buy back a moment that has passed. Material possessions, too, are replaceable. A broken object can be mended or replaced, lost possessions can be found or reacquired. But time is finite and irreplaceable. Every second, minute, and hour that slips away is gone forever, leaving behind only the echoes of how it was used or misused. What makes time so uniquely precious is that it defines the framework of our lives. It is the canvas upon which we paint our experiences, relationships, achievements, and memories. The choices we make about how to spend our time shape not only the quality of our days, but also the legacy we leave behind. And yet, paradoxically, because time is intangible, it is easy to overlook its value. We trade it carelessly for trivial pursuits, distractions, or tasks that do not align with our deeper values. Recognizing the true worth of time requires a shift in perspective. It calls for us to see each moment not as something to be spent mindlessly, but as an opportunity, a gift. This doesn't mean that every second must be dedicated to productivity or grand achievements. Instead, it's about being intentional, making conscious decisions about how we use our time, and ensuring that our actions align with what truly matters to us. Because time is finite, demands our respect. It challenges us to prioritize, to focus on what truly brings value to our lives, and to let go of the things that merely fill our hours without adding meaning. When we fully grasp the irreplaceable nature of time, we begin to live with a greater sense of purpose and urgency, understanding that each passing moment is an opportunity that will never come again. Understanding your priorities is about gaining clarity on what truly matters most in your life and ensuring your actions align with those values. It requires a deep and honest reflection on what brings meaning, joy, and fulfillment to your existence. Without this alignment, it's all too easy to become consumed by the demands of others, the noise of the world, and the endless stream of tasks that seem urgent but ultimately lack significance. At its core, prioritization is an act of self-awareness. It begins with identifying your core values, those guiding principles that define who you are and what you stand for. These values act as a compass, pointing you toward the activities, relationships, and goals that resonate most deeply with your sense of purpose. Once you've identified these, you can evaluate how you're spending your time and energy to see if your daily actions are in harmony with what you care about most. Far too often, we find ourselves caught in the trap of busyness. We fill our schedules with meetings, errands, and commitments, mistaking activity for progress. But the reality is that not all tasks carry the same weight. Some things move us closer to our aspirations and enrich our lives, while others merely drain our time and energy without meaningful returns. Understanding your priorities allows you to make deliberate choices about where to focus your efforts, ensuring that your limited resources are spent on what truly matters. However, prioritization is not always easy. It requires saying no sometimes to people, opportunities, or habits that may seem appealing but do not align with your long-term goals. This can be uncomfortable as it may challenge expectations or disappoint others, yet learning to say no with grace is an essential part of living intentionally. It frees up space in your life for the things that truly deserve your attention and commitment. Aligning your actions with your priorities also means letting go of guilt and comparison. Society often imposes its own definition of success, urging us to chase achievements, possessions, or lifestyles that may not reflect our personal values. By staying true to your own priorities, you gain the courage to resist external pressures and craft a life that feels authentically yours. Ultimately, understanding your priorities empowers you to live with intention and clarity. It allows you to approach each day with confidence, knowing that your efforts are directed toward what truly matters to you. It's not about doing everything, but about doing the right things, those that bring you closer to a life of purpose, connection, and fulfillment. The power of saying no lies in its ability to protect your time, energy, and focus, enabling you to prioritize what truly matters. In a world filled with constant demands, distractions, and opportunities, it's easy to fall into the habit of saying yes to everything, yes to invitations, yes to extra responsibilities, yes to requests that feel urgent but lack importance. However, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you are effectively saying no to something else that might hold far greater value. Saying no is not about rejection, it's about intention. It's about recognizing that your resources, time, energy, and attention are finite, and you cannot give your best to everything. By saying no to distractions and unimportant tasks, you create the space necessary to focus on activities that are meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with your goals. It's not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-respect and purpose. The challenge, of course, is that saying no often feels uncomfortable. It can bring feelings of guilt or fear of disappointing others. You may worry about being perceived as unhelpful or uncooperative, but in reality, learning to say no is one of the most empowering skills you can develop. It allows you to set boundaries, communicate your limits, and take control of your time. Far from being a negative act, it is a way to ensure that you remain focused on what truly matters to you. When you say no to distractions, you reclaim your attention from things that don't serve your goals. Distractions come in many forms: unnecessary meetings, excessive screen time, social obligations that don't bring joy or value, and even tasks that seem urgent but don't contribute to your priorities. By consciously saying no to these, you free yourself from the constant pull of busyness and create the mental and emotional bandwidth needed to engage in meaningful work, nurture important relationships, and pursue personal growth. Equally important is saying no to unimportant tasks. Not every opportunity is a good fit for you, and not every request deserves your time. When you learn to discern which tasks align with your values and which do not, you can confidently decline those that detract from your purpose. This doesn't mean you have to be rigid or unkind. It's about making thoughtful choices and setting boundaries with clarity and compassion. The power of saying no lies in its ability to shift your focus from what is merely urgent to what is truly important. It is a way of honoring your time and ensuring that your actions reflect your values and aspirations. By embracing this practice, you open the door to a more intentional, meaningful, and fulfilling life, one where your time is spent on what truly matters, rather than being scattered across things that don't. The value of rest and renewal cannot be overstated, especially in a world that often glorifies busyness and productivity at the expense of well-being. Many people view rest as a luxury, something to be earned only after completing an exhaustive list of tasks. But rest is not a reward, it is a necessity. Without it, even the most capable and driven individuals eventually face burnout, reduced creativity, and diminished effectiveness. Incorporating rest and self-care into your routine is not a sign of weakness. It's a powerful strategy for sustaining energy, focus, and long-term success. Rest goes beyond simply stopping work. It involves creating intentional moments of recovery that allow your mind and body to recharge. Whether it's a full night of sleep, a quiet moment of reflection, or time spent doing something you enjoy, these moments of pause are essential for maintaining peak performance. Just as an athlete must rest between training sessions to build strength and prevent injury, we too need periods of downtime to process experiences, restore energy, and return to our responsibilities with renewed vigor. Self-care is an equally critical component of effective time management. It is not indulgence, but investment in your physical, mental, and emotional health. Taking time to care for yourself allows you to show up fully for the people and responsibilities that matter most. It might mean stepping away from your work to enjoy a walk in nature, prioritizing healthy meals, or spending time with loved ones. These practices replenish your energy reserves and enhance your ability to handle challenges with clarity and resilience. Incorporating rest and renewal also requires challenging the cultural mindset that equates busyness with worth. Productivity is important, but it's not sustainable if it comes at the cost of your health and happiness. Learning to listen to your body and mind to recognize when you need to step back and recharge is an act of wisdom and self-respect. It's a reminder that taking care of yourself is not a detour from your goals. It is an essential part of achieving them. When rest and renewal are integrated into your approach to time management, you become more than just efficient, you become effective. You gain the clarity to prioritize, the energy to follow through, and the creativity to solve problems and innovate. Rather than running on empty, you operate from a place of balance, ensuring that your efforts are sustainable over the long term. Ultimately, valuing rest and self-care is about recognizing that you are not a machine. You are a human being, and your ability to thrive depends on honoring the rhythms of activity and rest that are natural and necessary. By giving yourself permission to pause, recharge, and care for your well-being, you create the foundation for a life that is not only productive, but also deeply fulfilling. Embracing the present moment is one of the most powerful practices you can adopt in your life, yet it is often one of the most challenging. In a world that constantly pulls our attention in countless directions, it is all too easy to become consumed by thoughts of the past or anxieties about the future. We find ourselves trapped in a cycle of regret over things we cannot change or worry about outcomes that have not yet arrived. But when we dwell on the past or fret about what's to come, we miss the richness of what is happening right in front of us, what we can control, and what we can experience in the now. The past, no matter how formative or important, cannot be altered. It is behind us, stored only in our memories, where it serves as lessons, experiences, and reflections. While it's essential to learn from the past, living in it doesn't serve us. The mistakes we made, the opportunities we missed, and the people we've lost, all of these are parts of our story, but they don't define our present. When we focus too much on what has already happened, we prevent ourselves from fully engaging in the life we are living right now. Similarly, the future, while full of possibilities, is a realm that exists only in our imagination. Worrying about what might happen, whether it's success, failure, or something in between, paralyzes us with uncertainty and fear. The future is unpredictable, and no amount of anxiety can control the outcome. But here's the thing, the future is built on the choices we make today. The actions, decisions, and thoughts that we engage with right now lay the foundation for what is to come. By staying rooted in the present, we allow ourselves to make clear, intentional choices that will guide us toward the future we desire, without becoming overwhelmed by what is out of our hands. Embracing the present moment means tuning into the life that is unfolding before you. It means being fully engaged in the people you are with, the tasks you are doing, and the experiences you are having. When you live in the now, you bring your complete attention and energy to what matters in the moment, creating deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. Whether you're having a conversation, working on a project, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, being present elevates your experience and enhances your sense of purpose. Living in the present is also about cultivating mindfulness, the ability to observe and experience life as it is, without judgment or distraction. It is a skill that allows you to tune out the noise of the past and future and focus on what is true right now. Practicing mindfulness can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths, noticing the sensations around you, or pausing for a moment to appreciate the small details of your surroundings. These brief pauses help you reconnect with the present and reset your mind, preventing you from getting lost in worry or regret. The beauty of embracing the present moment is that it brings clarity and peace. When we stop trying to control everything and instead focus on what is within our grasp, we discover a sense of freedom. We release the need to be perfect, the desire to have it all figured out, and the burden of what-ifs. We realize that the only moment that truly matters is the one we are living right now, and when we make the most of it, we set ourselves up for a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. By focusing on the present, we also give ourselves the gift of gratitude. The more we pay attention to what is right in front of us, the more we begin to appreciate the simple joys, whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a friend, or the satisfaction of completing a task. These moments are fleeting, but when we embrace them fully, they become the building blocks of a life well lived. Investing in growth is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that your time is spent meaningfully and purposefully. It means prioritizing activities that enrich you, challenge you, and push you toward becoming the best version of yourself, both personally and professionally. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It is the result of intentional decisions and deliberate action. By dedicating time to activities that foster development, you lay the foundation for a life filled with continual improvement, deeper understanding, greater fulfillment. Personal growth begins with the desire to evolve, to improve the way we think, feel, and behave. It involves stepping outside our comfort zones, seeking new experiences, and constantly challenging our assumptions about who we are and what we are capable of. Personal growth can take many forms: reading books that expand your knowledge, engaging in conversations that shift your perspective, or taking on new challenges that stretch your abilities. These moments of growth may not always be easy, but they are always transformative. Each time you step into the unknown, you develop new strengths, discover hidden potential, and build resilience. Professional growth, on the other hand, is about continuously honing your skills and expanding your expertise. In today's fast-paced world where industries evolve and technologies change rapidly, the ability to learn and adapt is critical. Investing time in professional development means taking courses, attending workshops, seeking mentorship, or engaging in networking opportunities that allow you to stay ahead in your field. But growth in your career is not just about acquiring new skills, it's about developing the mindset of a lifelong learner. This mindset drives curiosity, encourages innovation, and fosters adaptability in an ever-changing environment. The beauty of investing in growth is that it is a journey that has no endpoint. There is always room to improve, always new things to learn, and always a deeper layer of understanding to uncover. Whether you're working on your emotional intelligence, learning a new language, improving your communication skills, or expanding your technical expertise, every step you take toward growth compounds over time, creating a version of yourself that is more capable, more confident, and more equipped to handle life's challenges. Moreover, growth isn't just about the knowledge you acquire or the skills you develop. It's about how you apply that knowledge and those skills in real-world situations. True growth happens when we take what we've learned and put it into practice, allowing it to impact the way we live, work, and interact with others. Whether you're leading a team, solving complex problems, or navigating personal relationships, investing in growth equips you with the tools to show up as a more effective, compassionate, and impactful individual. Personal and professional growth also go hand in hand. When you invest in one, you inevitably influence the other. As you grow personally, gaining confidence, developing emotional maturity, and expanding your self-awareness, you become better positioned to succeed in your career. Likewise, as you grow professionally, acquiring new skills, enhancing your knowledge, and improving your problem-solving abilities, you build a stronger foundation for personal satisfaction and self-fulfillment. Ultimately, investing in growth is a lifelong commitment. It requires consistent effort, a willingness to be uncomfortable, and the courage to face challenges head-on. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you spend time on activities that foster your development, you open doors to new opportunities, deeper satisfaction, and a future that holds endless possibilities. Growth is the gift that keeps on giving, and the more you invest in it, the more it pays back in ways that enrich every aspect of your life. Choosing quality over quantity is a principle that has the power to transform how we live, work, and engage with the world around us. In a society that often values the number of tasks we can check off a list or the speed with which we can accomplish something, it's easy to become trapped in the cycle of busyness. We fill our days with countless activities, many of which lack real substance or meaning, all in an effort to feel productive. But true success, satisfaction, and impact come from the depth we bring to the things we choose to focus on, not the sheer volume of our actions. Quality over quantity requires a shift in mindset, a conscious decision to move away from the idea that more is always better. We live in a world that often rewards multitasking, fast results, and constant motion. But while it might seem efficient to juggle multiple tasks at once, or to power through an endless stream of activities, the reality is that this approach often leads to shallow work and superficial results. Our energy becomes diluted, our attention fragmented, and we lose the ability to give our best to anything. In contrast, when we prioritize quality, we dedicate our time, energy, and focus to fewer tasks, allowing us to pour ourselves into those moments with purpose and intention. When we choose depth, we give ourselves permission to go beyond the surface. We take the time to explore, to understand, and to refine. This applies to our work, our relationships, and our personal development. Instead of rushing through tasks just to tick them off a list, we engage with them fully, bringing our creativity, passion, and expertise to the table. Whether it's a project, a conversation, or a personal goal, choosing quality means diving deep, thinking critically, and striving for excellence. This depth creates a lasting impact that goes far beyond short-term accomplishments or fleeting recognition. In our professional lives, quality over quantity often means focusing on fewer, more meaningful projects that truly align with our strengths and aspirations. It means choosing to work on initiatives that challenge us, push us to grow, and allow us to make a significant difference, rather than taking on every opportunity that comes our way or spreading ourselves thin with tasks that do not align with our core goals. We focus on those that truly matter. This focus enables us to produce work that is impactful, innovative, and of the highest standard, instead of just ticking boxes or completing tasks for the sake of productivity. In our personal lives, embracing quality over quantity can lead to richer, more fulfilling experiences. It means investing in deeper, more meaningful relationships rather than accumulating a vast number of acquaintances. It's about dedicating time to the people who truly matter, those who support, inspire, and challenge us rather than dispersing our energy among superficial interactions. This approach not only enhances the quality of our connections, but also fosters a sense of belonging and fulfillment that busyness and surface-level relationships can never provide. Choosing quality also requires us to say no to distractions, to be more intentional with our time, and to eliminate the activities that do not serve our higher goals. It means resisting the urge to do more just for the sake of doing more and instead focusing on those pursuits that offer long-term rewards. This isn't about being lazy or avoiding hard work, it's about being strategic and discerning, ensuring that the time and energy we invest lead to results that truly matter. The beauty of quality over quantity is that it leads to greater satisfaction and greater impact. When we dedicate ourselves to fewer, more meaningful pursuits, we have the space to truly excel. The results are not measured in how many things we've accomplished, but in how deeply we've engaged with what we've chosen to do. The work we produce, the relationships we nurture, and the experiences we create become richer, more rewarding, and more significant. Quality over quantity isn't just a way to be more productive, it's a way to live a more purposeful, impactful life. Recognizing time wasters is an essential step in taking control of how we spend our time and ultimately how we lead our lives. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, distractions are more prevalent than ever before. And many of these distractions can slowly drain our energy, disrupt our focus, and leave us feeling unproductive and dissatisfied. Time wasters are often the invisible forces that slip into our day-to-day routines, sabotaging our best intentions without us even realizing it. But once we identify these habits and distractions, we can take deliberate action to eliminate or minimize them, allowing us to reclaim our time and direct it toward what truly matters. Many time wasters are not inherently bad. In fact, some of them might even appear to be harmless or pleasurable activities. The issue arises when they become habitual or excessive to the point where they consume valuable time that could be better spent on more meaningful pursuits. Things like mindlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching television shows, or over-checking emails may seem like simple ways to unwind. But when done in excess, they become draining habits that leave little room for focus or productivity. These activities often provide a temporary sense of satisfaction, but they do little to move us toward our long-term goals or aspirations. Similarly, time wasters can take the form of procrastination and perfectionism. Delaying tasks or avoiding challenging work due to fear of failure or the desire to get everything perfect can result in hours of wasted time. While it's natural to want to produce high-quality work, the quest for perfection can paralyze us, preventing progress and wasting valuable opportunities to grow, learn, and improve. In these moments, it's crucial to recognize that taking imperfect action is often far more productive than waiting for ideal conditions that may never come. Another significant time waster is the inability to set and enforce boundaries. Many people struggle to say no to requests, often taking on more than they can handle. Saying yes to everything, whether it's unnecessary meetings, last-minute tasks, or favors that don't align with your priorities, is a surefire way to lose focus and waste time. It's not just the tasks themselves that are draining, it's the mental and emotional energy spent juggling too many things at once. By not recognizing these time-consuming habits, we find ourselves spreading too thin, which leads to burnout and a lack of meaningful progress. Then there are the external distractions that constantly demand our attention. Notifications from our phones, constant emails, phone calls, and even colleagues or family members can pull us away from the work that matters most. Each interruption, no matter how small, takes time to recover from. It fragments our focus and makes it harder to immerse ourselves in tasks that require deep thought or creativity. The key to eliminating these distractions is not necessarily to remove all external stimuli, but to set clear boundaries around when and how we engage with them. Turning off non-essential notifications, setting designated times for checking emails, or creating physical boundaries like a quiet workspace can help mitigate the impact of these distractions. Recognizing time wasters also means being honest with ourselves about where we're spending our time. This requires a level of self-awareness and a willingness to reflect on how we spend our days. A simple exercise, like tracking your time for a week, can provide startling insights into where your attention is going and where it's being wasted. By becoming more conscious of your habits and routines, you can start to identify patterns and make intentional changes that free up time for more meaningful activities. Once time wasters are identified, eliminating them requires intention and discipline. This might mean creating structured schedules, setting specific goals, or establishing habits that support your priorities. It could involve removing temptations from your environment, like deleting apps that lead to excessive social media use, or setting up tools that limit your screen time. It may even require adjusting your mindset, shifting from an automatic, reactive way of living to one that is proactive and intentional. Eliminating time wasters doesn't mean rigidly restricting all forms of relaxation or fun. It's about balance. It's about being aware of when certain habits or distractions are tipping the scale toward unproductive behavior and taking action to regain control. By eliminating time-wasting habits, you create more space for meaningful work, deeper relationships, and personal growth. You're no longer at the mercy of external distractions or internal resistance. Instead, you're actively shaping how you spend your time, with purpose and clarity. Building a legacy is about more than simply achieving success in the short term. It is about creating something that will continue to have a positive impact long after you're gone. It's about using the time you have to make a difference, to contribute something of value, and to leave behind a mark that reflects the depth of your purpose and your passions. While the world often celebrates immediate accomplishments, titles, awards, and accolades, the true measure of a meaningful life lies in the lasting imprint we leave on others and the world itself. A legacy is built not by seeking fame or recognition, but by focusing on what will outlast us, the values we uphold, the lives we touch, and the contributions we make that continue to ripple outward. When we talk about building a legacy, we are speaking of the things we create, whether tangible or intangible, that endure over time. It could be the way you raised your children, shaping them into compassionate, resilient, and driven individuals who continue to carry forward your values. It could be the work you do that changes lives, the projects, ideas, and innovations that impact communities or industries, laying the groundwork for progress. Or it could be the relationships you foster, creating connections and bonds that echo through the generations, continuing to nurture others long after you're gone. Creating a legacy requires intentionality. It means stepping back from the noise of daily life and asking yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? What will my time here mean to others? It's easy to become consumed by the demands of the present, the to-do lists, and the distractions that fill up each day. But legacy building is about going beyond the immediate and thinking about how your actions today will serve a greater purpose. It requires making decisions that align with your core values, that contribute to something bigger than yourself. It means dedicating your time and energy to endeavors that have a deep, lasting significance rather than getting lost in the pursuit of fleeting accomplishments or shallow goals. A true legacy is built on authenticity and alignment. It's not about what society tells you should matter, but about what you truly believe in. The projects, causes, or people that matter most to you are the areas where you can make your most lasting contribution. When you focus on work that resonates with your deepest beliefs and passions, you create something with a soul, something that is authentic and meaningful. Whether it's writing a book, starting a nonprofit, mentoring others, or building a business, the impact you create will carry the essence of who you are, and that is what endures. One powerful way to build a legacy is by empowering others. By investing in people, whether through mentorship, education, or leadership, you create a ripple effect that can touch lives in ways you may never fully comprehend. Teaching others the lessons you've learned, sharing your knowledge, and helping others reach their potential ensures that your influence extends beyond your own lifetime. These seeds you plant in the hearts of others continue to grow, often producing results that you may never see in your own lifetime. Your legacy also takes shape in the small, everyday moments, the kindness you show, the integrity with which you live, and the values you exemplify. It's easy to overlook how much these actions matter, but the way we live and interact with others leaves a mark on their hearts. Our behavior, our choices, and how we treat others serve as a model for those who come after us. The people who cross your path, your family, your colleagues, your friends are all impacted by the energy you bring into their lives. When you lead with empathy, respect, and a commitment to positive change, you create a ripple effect that shapes the world around you, one person at a time. A meaningful legacy also means being conscious of the world we leave behind for future generations. Whether through environmental stewardship, social responsibility, or advancing causes that promote justice and equality, using your time to contribute to the betterment of society adds another layer to the impact you make. It's about using the privilege of time to create a world where future generations can thrive, one that reflects your values, your care for others, and your desire to leave a lasting imprint of goodness. Building a legacy takes time, but the time you invest in it is never wasted. It may require sacrifices and hard work, and it certainly requires vision. But when you focus on what truly matters, what endures, you find that your life takes on greater purpose and meaning. Your time becomes a tool to create something that goes beyond personal gain, something that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. And in the end, that is what defines the true success of a life well lived, the ability to leave something of lasting value, something that continues to inspire, uplift, and impact others long after you're no longer here. Living with purpose is the key to creating a life that is rich with meaning, fulfillment, and direction. It is about embracing the power of intention and choosing to live each day with clarity about who you are, what you stand for, and where you want to go. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded, especially when life gets chaotic or when distractions tempt you to wander. It's the guiding force that aligns your actions with your values, ensuring that every moment you spend is not just a fleeting experience, but a step towards something greater. When you live with purpose, you are constantly moving toward a vision that resonates deeply within you, rather than simply drifting through life in a reactive, automatic way. To live with purpose is to be fully present in everything you do. It means being conscious of your actions, your thoughts, and your choices. Rather than going through the motions or letting time slip by without thought, you become aware of how your time is spent and how it aligns with the bigger picture of your life. When you live intentionally, you make decisions with foresight and awareness, knowing that every action contributes to the larger story of your life. You are mindful of the impact each moment has, whether it's the time spent on your work, your relationships, or your personal growth. Living with purpose also means understanding your core values, those beliefs and principles that define who you are and what you want to stand for in the world. These values serve as your compass, helping you navigate the challenges and decisions that arise. When you are clear about your values, it becomes easier to set goals, prioritize your time, and make choices that are aligned with what truly matters. Living with purpose requires you to consistently check in with yourself to assess whether your actions are moving you closer to the life you envision or whether you've strayed off course. Purpose provides the clarity you need to make decisions with confidence, knowing that your actions reflect your deepest beliefs and aspirations. A life lived with purpose is one where you invest in what brings you joy, satisfaction, and a sense of contribution. Purpose doesn't always mean grand achievements or monumental success. It can be found in the small, everyday moments that bring you meaning. Whether it's in the work you do, the people you love, or the passions you pursue, living with purpose allows you to find depth and richness in every aspect of your life. It's about asking yourself, what do I truly want to experience, and how can I make this moment count? Purpose empowers you to make choices that not only align with your values, but also lead you toward greater fulfillment and joy. Intentional living also requires the courage to say no to distractions and things that don't align with your purpose. It can be easy to get caught up in the pressure of pleasing others, taking on tasks that aren't in line with your values or following the crowd. But when you live with purpose, you are able to set boundaries, eliminate unnecessary noise, and focus your energy on what truly matters. Saying no isn't about being selfish, it's about protecting your time and your energy for the things that will have the most profound impact on your life and the lives of those around you. Living with purpose also gives you resilience. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected changes, but when you are clear on your purpose, you are better equipped to handle adversity. Purpose acts as a source of motivation when things get tough, reminding you of why you're doing what you're doing and why it matters. Even in the face of failure, purpose gives you the strength to keep going, to learn from the experience, and to keep moving forward toward your goals. Living with purpose is not a destination, it's a continuous journey. It's about finding meaning in every phase of life and continuously evolving to match your growing understanding of yourself and the world. As you grow and change, so too may your sense of purpose, and that's okay. The important thing is to stay in tune with your inner compass, to keep asking yourself what truly matters, and to make intentional choices that honor the path you want to take. When you live with purpose, you also inspire others to do the same. Your clarity, focus, and intentionality create a ripple effect, showing others what's possible when you live with direction and meaning. You become a beacon of inspiration, encouraging those around you to find their own purpose, to embrace their potential, and to live with the same passion and commitment. In this way, living with purpose isn't just about you, it's about creating a world where others can also live authentically, intentionally, and with clarity of their own purpose. Ultimately, living with purpose transforms the way you approach life. It brings depth, fulfillment, and satisfaction to your everyday experiences. When you make every moment count, when you live intentionally and with purpose, you don't just go through life, you engage with it, shape it, and leave a lasting impact that extends beyond your own existence. In the end, time is not just a fleeting moment, it is the most precious gift we have. How we choose to spend it defines not only the lives we lead, but the legacy we leave behind. When we live intentionally with clarity of purpose, and when we prioritize what truly matters, we begin to create a life that resonates with meaning and impact. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most with depth, focus, and passion. Every moment is an opportunity, a chance to invest in our growth, nurture our relationships, and contribute to something bigger than ourselves. The power to shape your life is in your hands, and it begins with how you choose to use your time. So let's commit today to living with purpose, making each moment count, and creating a legacy that will inspire others long after we're gone. The time is now, make it yours. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.